Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for showing up and being here. Today I get to interview the beautiful DK Britton, who spent over 20 years in the health and fitness industry. She was a personal trainer, a coach, and she was also an educator. Sorry about that. I'm so grateful that you showed up, and we are across the world from each other. So this is beautiful. This is why this one will be a recorded episode. And I would just love to know, Dee, if you don't mind sharing, when you came across this business, where were you in your life? Like, what were you looking for to change? And then once you saw it, what was it about this opportunity that inspired you to take the leap and make that change? And I would love to know where it's taking you if you don't mind sharing. And again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
You are so welcome, Michelle. It's lovely to be here. So it's funny because your questions can be taken a couple of different ways. So let me just, so where was I? My husband and I, as empty nesters, we were traveling full time in our caravan. We packed up everything in our home in Melbourne and we decided that we were going to travel and to find our next place to call our forever home. But where was I in life and business? I was working full time as an educator in the fitness industry online, and I was building my health coaching business because I thought that it was my health coaching business that was going to help create more of the financial freedom that we desired. So traveling full time in our caravan, we had the location freedom, we had the time freedom, and I've always been about the inner freedom and the health freedom, but we certainly didn't have the financial freedom. So we were still living, week to week, and we were still trading time for money.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was following this amazing soul on socials. I didn't know who she was. I'd never met her, but her story just captured me. And I was just watching her journey, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I want to know what she's doing because of the transformation in her life. And so I reached out, I watched a masterclass, and to be 100% honest, I was like, no, it looks great, but it's not for me right now. I'm building my coaching business. Like, I paid all this money with, a mentor to help build my coaching business. But Michelle, literally over the next week, so many things came into my life around this business. It was just like, it's meant to be. It's
Sign
meant to
after
be.
sign after sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I
So it's
love
just
that.
like I jumped straight in, and yeah, I didn't tell my husband. I'm all about forgiveness rather than you
Good for you.
permission. But no, we've always been like, I've always been one to make my own decisions around finances. I don't need his approval. So yeah, that's what I did, and we've been drinking the water and showering the water and building the business ever since. And because of this community, figuratively speaking, we now live on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and yeah, surrounded by so many amazing people within
That
this
is
community.
really amazing. And I had a really similar story about how I stumbled upon it. Like, I still to this day have no idea, and I don't think either one of us could ever figure it out. If I friended my sponsor or if she friended me, or how we neither one of us know how we connected somehow on Facebook. But I was seeing her post and seeing her post, and I was just like, beautiful mom walking the beaches of Costa Rica with her husband and her son. I'm a single mom, so I don't have the husband part, but watching the way she was with her child, I was like, that's exactly what I want with my daughter. That's the life that I want to live. And I just kept seeing it and just the beauty and inspiration in all of her posts. I literally got to the point where I couldn't stop myself if I tried messaging her to say, what are you doing? Like, I need to know what's happening here. Like, please tell me how you're providing this kind of life and just living your best life right now. It was beautiful. It just happened so naturally and fluidly.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Because and I don't know about you, but I had no idea what the product behind her, transformation was, because it was never about the product. It was about, what was available because of it. And I loved that. And, you know, of course, when I found out that it was water as a personal trainer for, you know, 23 years, I was just like, oh my gosh, I thought I was already a water snob. I used to buy like, you know, big things of water in plastic and big things of water in casks. And I look
right?
back now and what I know now of that and
Oh,
the
I used to
dead
buy
water I
Fiji
was
water.
drinking. And yeah, you know, all the like microplastics and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, so for me, I had actually seen the product 4 years prior, but it was packaged in a different way. It was packaged with a different platform, it was packaged with a different message, and it was a different vibe. And I was very intrigued by the product and what it could do, but not enough to really like lean into it. So it had been on my radar like way before. It didn't really align as fully when I saw it this time, and I saw the structure and the community and the platform and everything that was partnered with the product, and then it got to the end and it was the actual Enagic product. I was like, oh yeah, done. Like
Yeah, I love
this
that.
is 100% a go for me. But then I had a lot of blocks come up, and I ended up blocking myself for about 4 months. I joined the Freedom Era Academy right away, and I sat in there and did a lot of money mindset, a lot of like mindset videos. I went through a lot of the trainings for 4 months before I was ready to buy my product. But I had a lot of limiting beliefs that came up for me that I had to work through during that 4 months to get me over the line. It was an amazing process. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that everybody's, you know, journey is different. You know, some
Hmm.
people, it depends on who we already are as a person because of the work that we've done on ourselves, and also, you know, what our background is. You know, and some people like I see some people in the community that come in and they mightn't make a financial sale, you know, within a year or so, but oh my gosh, the person that they have become in that time because of the platform that you were talking about, it's just mind blowing because, you know, this business not only creates a financial freedom that so many of us desire, but it also allows, you know, light to be shone on the shadows that we've been hiding for so long and that we
Hmm.
can hide no more, like you said. So sometimes it does take us longer in order to work through those to step into the next level version of who we need to be to really grow our business.
Yeah, and I actually love that you said that because of the way the platform is structured, it doesn't matter where you are in that journey. You can lean into it more or lean into it less depending on where you're at with your inner work. And I came from like addiction and like poor money mindset and all kinds of things. Like I had so much inner work to do, and the transformation and the growth that I have experienced in the last 3 months. I have team members messaging me and like on team calls, and they're like, the person that you are right now, like you wouldn't even compared to who you were 3 months ago, they're not even similar. Like you have just completely transformed who you are. And the way that I show up as a person, as a mother, like that work was huge for me. And 2 months ago, I was like, oh, I'm ready. Like I want a team. I want to have all these people and I'm ready to go. And I was mentally like I was ready to commit to that, but energetically I wasn't there yet. Like I couldn't have held that space, I couldn't have held other people in my space. But now I have made so much like room for light and growth and transformation, and I've learned so many things and gained so many tools that now I have that foundation to hold someone. So had I not been able to sit in the platform and do all of this work over the last like year, it just I wouldn't have been there, and that's my journey, and I got to go, and that's changed my life just as much as the money will once the money starts flowing in. It's so uplifting. It's so amazing. I love it. Like I get
Yeah,
super excited about it.
and one thing we need to, you know, really share with people that this is not a get rich quick scheme.
Oh,
Like this
no.
is like, oh my God. And have people made a lot of money in a short amount of time? Heck yes, they have. But you know, where have they come from and what work have they done before they found
What
this
skills
community and
did they show up with? Because I showed up with no marketing or sales skills. So I'm learning all of that. And, you know, the people that have those skills, they can come in and just run. And I love how it's created and structured where people with zero experience can grow and evolve and find their way. And then people that already have experience can come in and shoot for the stars like right away. It's structured to hold any level of experience.
Yeah,
It's yeah,
absolutely.
it's very all inclusive, I guess is the right term for that. Yeah, and get rich quick, like, and so many people say, oh, being an entrepreneur is easy, and this is my perception of it. But the systems and the skills that you need to do are very simple because they are laid out for us step by step by step. And we just need to show up, follow, get good at it, move on to the next. And so it's a simple process. But for me, it has not been easy because of all of the inner work. Like I had to face some serious realizations about myself, and I had to face some serious demons that I had, and that wasn't easy. That was really, it was hard. I cried a lot. Like, a lot came up. So not only is it not easy, but it's going to be, it can be emotional depending on where you're at. And you get to go through it. You just keep showing up. And every single time I worked through something, I felt so much relief and so much release. And it just like liberates you from all these things that are holding you back that I personally had no idea I was holding myself back and blocking myself in all of these ways. But to have worked through it and released it, like that was a prize in its own, you know? It's really
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best thing is that we're not journeying alone here. Like for me as an entrepreneur for so many years, I was doing everything myself.
Mhm.
And so to find a community where it's like, oh my gosh, what? There's all this stuff that's done for me, and I get to link arms with other women to make a greater impact together. And yeah, so literally I had to learn to take my superwoman cape off that I was wearing so proudly for so many years, because look at me, I'm doing everything by myself and I'm just amazing. And I was just like, you know
I can
what?
do it all.
That
I'm
doesn't serve
independent.
me. Yeah, that does not serve me. And so, yeah, and just being able to journey with women that are a few steps ahead of us, it's just, there's no, this is what I love. There's no like pedestals, and
Mm-mm,
so
no.
there's like everybody's like on the same level. There's just people that are a few steps ahead,
And those that are a few
lots of
steps
steps
ahead are
ahead.
like, here, take everything that I've learned and all the mistakes that I've made so you don't have to. And let me help you bring you up to my level. Like,
Yeah,
that is the best part. There's constantly check-ins and refreshment, like, of, okay, so what's working now? You know, social media is constantly evolving and changing, but our community is like on a weekly basis putting out, okay, so this is what's working now. Maybe that's not working, you know, there's constant updates, and everyone who is winning is sharing how they're winning and what they're doing to win with everyone else. So yeah, not only do they, there's no pedestals or trying, there's no competition, zero, because you know we show up as ourselves, but they're everyone's pulling you along with them. And then to be able to walk side by so many of the women that are on my personal team, like we're all going through it together. So I don't have to go through any of these like hurdles or, you know, skill building or lessons or anything by myself. I have so many team members that I can reach out to and be like, hey, this is something that I just went through, you know, or I'm dealing with this. Have you met this problem, or, you know, have you had to face this? What helped you? And we're all linked with arms. Like we're all walking together. And I've never felt so supported. And I used to be like you, like, oh, I can do it. I'm going to do everything for my family. Like I will do it all. Don't worry, I'll handle it. You know, that's like, oh, don't worry, I got it. I used to say that all the time, but I don't have to do that anymore. For the first time in my life, I'm leaning into support and I'm actually liking it. Like I'm
yeah.
like, oh, this is a relief. This feels good to not have to do it all by myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, as women, we're supposed to be part of a village, so we're not supposed to
Yeah.
be individual. It's beautiful. Community connection. It's also beautiful.
So many people in different walks of life, personalities, just everything. It's truly amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what else has this provided you? I know you guys are living in beautiful, when you said the Gold Coast, right?
Sunshine Coast.
Sunshine Coast. So that's amazing. What else has this business or opportunity or lifestyle been able to change or bring into your life?
So call it, like I said, it's who we are. Like we left Melbourne, so we can fly back to see our children in Melbourne when we
Mm,
decide. And yeah, we're not where we want to be financially yet, but we're still working on it every day. And one of my biggest things is that the belief in myself and knowing that trusting and knowing that things are going to be massive and are going to happen because of the support and encouragement that we have around us as well. And just feeling like you talk about that support, but knowing that, feeling planted, knowing that this is like, my journey moving forward.
hmm.
And yes, I did leave my full-time employment, and I actually, which was, yeah, that was a massive move. I do still work part-time in a restaurant at the moment, but only because my background is in personal training and primary school teaching as well, so I'm always around people. And so I love that I'm building something amazing in the online space, and I get to have these sort of conversations and stuff all the time. But I'm such a people person, so
You need that
I
connection.
work at a restaurant a couple of nights a week
Yeah.
to interact with people and to serve and just to create an experience. And it's not because I have to; it's because I choose to.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's just choices is my big thing. Like this business, this community gives us choices. Which and to know that we can have an uncapped income
Yeah.
and
And it's a
working
system
towards, yeah,
that's proven, like
yeah, and
hundreds
working
and
towards
thousands of people.
legacy wealth as well.
Oh, that's its own cup of tea right there. The legacy wealth. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal. But and I was reading GoPro by Eric War. Actually, I'm currently reading it. I just started it a couple days ago, and there was a part, and I'm probably going to butcher the way that he said it, but he said there's really three components. There's the product. So if the product is being put out there and people have found success with that product, that means it's a successful product. Then there's the compensation plan. And if there's people out there that have found wealth with the compensation plan works. And the third variable is you. So if those other two are working and, hundreds and thousands or, people are finding success with it, the only variable is yourself. And when I realized that, I was like, okay, so obviously this is proven because of the company. It's been around for 50 years and there's just thousands and thousands people, and that's just our community has over 8,000 people worldwide. I was like, so this 1,000% works and it works amazingly, having created people that earn like mass quantities of money. So now it's just up to me. Now I get to have all the power. Like I have all the power to learn the skills and do what I need to do to, move the pieces and figure out my path to that success. So it's that knowing and that full belief and confidence that I know where I'm going and I'm going to legacy income. Now I just get to enjoy the journey and how I'm going to get there. So it's really amazing to have all of that doubt and question, like, does it work? Is it going to work? Well, yeah, it's going to work because I will never give up because I know that I'm on my divine path and I know that it's going to provide me everything that I want for myself and my daughter. Now it's a matter of just showing up for myself every day and course correcting and, learning and building those skills. So to have no doubt, I had someone asked me because I walked away from my job in insurance and I'm living on savings and credit. And someone asked me, well, what if it doesn't work in a year? And I said, then it'll work later than that. Well, what if you run out of your money that you have? Then I'll get a part-time job until it works. I was like, there's no doubt it's going to work. The only factor is when, and I don't really get to decide that. That's the universe and, as my skills build. So to have that full confidence where I had doubt before because I had so many limiting beliefs in the beginning. I don't have any of that doubt anymore. That's gone. Like I know I'm strong, I know I'm capable, I know I'm smart, and I know that I can do anything I put my mind to, and I have put full-fledged mind into this. So I know I'm going to find success, and I think it's going to happen sooner than later. And I just keep showing up every day. And instead of being discouraged or having doubt, I just get more excited with everything that I learn. Like every new thing that I learn, I'm like, oh, okay, so I have that in my toolbox now. It's really,
Yeah.
it's just, I feel so empowered. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like I could explode with all of my excitement and energy that I feel on a daily basis. And I have bad days. And you know what I do? I just, okay, well, today I'm like feeling a little overwhelmed or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and set my business aside. I'm going to cuddle with my daughter, go play in the yard, maybe watch a movie. I'm going to take a break for a day, relax my soul and my mind. And then tomorrow it's a new day and I feel totally refreshed and like, okay, let's do this. It's just taking out that doubt and that question. It was just, it changed everything for me. I
Yeah,
get to show up in a
absolutely. I
whole other way.
agree. For
Yeah. Well, I
sure.
could personally sit here and talk for hours because I just I have so much excitement. Is there anything that you would like to add or share with anyone before we hop off?
No, the only thing I'd really like to share, and it's interesting because I relate it back to being an educator in the fitness industry. And whenever I had a new classroom of students or had new students online,
Mhm.
one of the first things I would ask them is, how long have you been thinking about becoming a personal trainer? And generally, the answer was anywhere between 3 and 10. And it was like, and then I'd say, where would you be if you started? And I tell them that whatever, say they said 7 years. I said, where would you be today if you started 7 years ago? And they just go, oh my gosh. And I said, well, you know what? That doesn't matter. What matters is that you're here now starting today. Okay.
Mhm.
So, yeah, my thing for anyone I see coming into this business, I see so many similar to you go, oh my gosh, I wish I had have started sooner. So if
Mhm.
you've been watching Michelle and if this is something that you feel aligned with, I highly recommend that you reach out to her. And there's nobody I've seen in this community go that said, I wish I didn't start. So it's
Yeah,
like it's just they say, I wish I'd started sooner. And so just do what it takes, reach out, take a look, and like I said, the community is next level, and then everything on the back end is just a bonus.
it is. It is. And I will be tagging you, Dee. So the same goes for anyone that is here watching because they're following Dee. Reach out if you have any questions, go through the process, make an educated decision, learn for yourself, feel into it, see what it speaks to you, and go from there. And I mean, my personal opinion is just dive on in and start the rest of your life. But yeah, just reach out to whoever it is that you were following to get here to watch this. And I sincerely do. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm super grateful to connect. And for everyone watching, thank you so, so much. Thank you so much for following along and being here to support us. And if you have any questions, you want to pop them into the comments, go ahead. You can tag myself or Dee, and we will hop in there and get them answered for you. But if you have anything else to add, or is that you're good?
No, thank you, Michelle. And just a reminder,
Thank you.
life waits for nobody. It's going to pass by anyways.
It's going to keep on going. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Bye.